Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Iyare Imasi. I'm a lawyer in Germany. In Germany, we call it Rechtsanwalt. Today, I'll be talking in this my video about the rights of fathers and other parents to visit their children when they are separated from their mothers or whatsoever. So in Germany, this right is a very strong right for parents and others. Most of you guys that are living separated from your wives or from your husbands, or living from your separated from your fiancé or from your boyfriend or from your girlfriends, from a household that you and your children and all together with parents were living before, you have the right after the separation to be visiting your child. Based on our law, it means you have the right once in a week, not exactly once in a week, sorry, once in every 14 days. Every 14 days, you have the right to visit your child. And in the most cases, if you are able to reach an amicable solution, an arrangement with your ex-wife or your ex-girlfriend or your ex-boyfriend or your ex-husband or your whoever, that you can be seeing your child, because our law believes here that you seeing your child as a parent will help the child physiologically and mentally and otherwise to grow properly, because every human being, every child needs both parents, whether father or mother. So, as I said, the law says once in 2 weeks, but there are instances where both of you can reach an amicable solution, which means you can see your child anytime you want, and your child can come to you anytime you want. And most of the time, it depends on how old the child is. If the child is a baby, of course, maybe 8 months, 9 months, it will be difficult for the child to go on his or her own foot and come to the father or come to the mother, but you can always reach an amicable situation. But if it is not possible for you to arrange this visit on your own, on yourselves, within yourselves, you have to go to the court. And in the law court, it will be discussed about how you can then be seeing your child. And there in the court will now reach a certain agreement, and in that agreement, it will be written exactly when you have to come and pick your child, or if somebody that will be arranged by the children welfare office that will go and take the child from the mother or wherever the child is living and then bring to you. And it will be written in that agreement how many hours, how many minutes, how many hours you are allowed to spend with your child that day. So this time that you spend with your child, you have the right to decide on what to do with your child. Either you go to a playing ground, or you decide to go to somewhere to buy your child an ice cream, or you decide to buy your child chocolate, or you decide to read children books for your child. It is left for you to decide what you can exactly do with your child within the given minutes or hours that is being given to you by the court. We have instances where in the most situation, the children are living with their mothers. We have instances in the court where the mothers do everything possible to make the father not to have contact with the child. They bring all kinds of accusations. He's trying to have contact with the child because He knows that if he does not have contact with the child, the Foreign Office will not extend his resident permit. Before, when he was there, he never cared about the child, and now he's trying to, because the law says if you don't have contact with your child, you will be asked to leave the country. For most of you guys that are having a normal residence permit. So, and that does not bother the court. The court does not listen to it because it's not written in the law that it is only he who has residence permit has the right to visit his child, to have contact with the child. So it has been proved that even if the father, the man who is now seeking for the rights, the contact rights, seeking for it, even if he's sleeping under the bridge, or he doesn't have a good character, or he does not work, he does not have money, he does not go to work, it does not really matter. What matters is that you spend time with your child. You show your child love, affection, and teach your child values. Most very important, bring your child values and let your child understand who you are. As I said, for our highest court in the country, the Bundesverfassungsgericht, it is very important that a father has contact with the child or a mother has contact with the child. So we have instances too where the biological father has equally a right, is not has equally, a biological father has right to have a visiting right to his child. There are instances where a woman have sexual intercourse outside the marriage. So a woman that is married, that gives birth to a child, the husband is automatically the lawful child in terms of law. But there are instances too where the child that is born in the marriage is not from the husband biologically, but will have, because the woman had a sexual intercourse with somebody else outside the marriage. So when this child is born, this child has the right to have contact with the biological father, and this likewise the father as well. So the biological father has the right to have contact with his biological child, although the child is living in a marriage somewhere. So our highest court has said several times that every human being has the right to know his origin, to know where he or she is coming from. And this right of a child cannot be neglected because the mother is married to somebody else. So these things are going on in this country because it's a civilized society, and the rights of children are highly upholded, and children are, even if they are small, they have the right to live, to experience the affection of both parents, whether lawful parents or biological parents. So there are instances too where children are taken away from their parents because they are being maltreated there, they're not being taken proper care of. Their mothers or their father don't cook for them, they don't dress them properly, although they give them what we call kindergarten here. The kindergarten in this country is, in the first place, meant to take care of the children and not for the mothers or the fathers to take care of themselves. Although it's not much, but it is meant exactly to take care of children. So in this situation where it is known that parents don't take care of their children, the children are becoming wayward, they don't dress them properly, they don't give them enough food to eat, they are about suffering from malnutrition, and these things, the teachers experience them in the schools. The children talk about it, that they are being beaten at home. So when all these things are going on, we have the Children Welfare Organization that will now come in and take the children away from the parents. And then they will seek the permission of the court that will finally give them the right and the order and bring these children to children homes. There are special children homes here where children are being brought to, or they bring them to what we call Pflegefamilie. Fige Familia are just families that are ready to take such children and take care of them and treat them as if it were their own, their own biological children. So that apart, the question has always been, why do adults or parents maltreat their children? Children are being maltreated because the adults are taller and bigger than them, and that is why they can suppress children. So when children start growing, the revenge when their father or their mother touches them. So unlike in many societies outside here that believe that children don't have rights, children should be treated just like an object, that is not the case here. And we're very happy that these things are different here. So, and if your child is taken away from you and your child is in a children's home, Kinderheim, it is really very difficult to have contact to them, to visit your children there. So first of all, you as a parent, you'll be obliged to do a therapy, to go to therapy, to go to an expert for many weeks, sometimes many months or many years, to understand how to take care of a child, how to respect the rights of children, and how it really works in this country to take care of a child. It is when the court finally see your improvement and an expert opinion has been done, and they are now at least satisfied with the expert opinion, it is then they can start accepting you having contact with your children wherever they are. And in the most cases, parents that their children are taken away from, they are not allowed to know in which house or in which city these children are living. So take proper care of your children, cook for them, read good night messages for them, hug them, give them kisses, make them feel loved from you. It's just because it's you that decided to make these children. Show them love and don't beat them. If you beat them, you go into trouble that they will be taken away from you. So after some time too, as I said, you equally have the right to start visiting them. But if you are in a situation as a foreigner where your resident permit is hanging on these children, it may lead to you being deported from Germany. It may lead to you being asked to leave the country because you are no more taking care. Your children are no longer in your custody. So, and we have equally situations where these children are maltreated, they have trauma, they are traumatized, they urinate when they are sleeping, they shout in their sleeps, they are afraid to have contact with other people. So all these things are because of the maltreatment and the whipping and the punishment you have been giving them at home, because other children are going through a lovely family life. They don't experience such things. So be careful. If you don't want your child to be taken away from you, react the way you're supposed to react. So children, adults, whether you are a biological father or not a lawful father because you are not married to the woman, you have the right to visit your child. So if it is not possible because of you not being able to arrange things on your own, you have to always go to the court. Even if you are not working, the court will pay for your, the state post, what we call the Stadtkasse, will pay for you going to court, taking a lawyer. The lawyer will be paid, and the expenses of the court will be paid as well. And some of you guys that don't understand the German language, you are mostly the ones I am talking to here. You will get a translator in the court, no matter the kind of language you speak. Even if you only speak the English language, of course, you get a translator. But if you have any other kind of native languages that you speak from your country of origin, you can ask for that particular translator, and the court will bring that translator for you in your own native language, which we call native speaker. Not native speaker, sorry, your traditional language that you speak at home, what Germans call Muttersprache, mother language. So you can equally be given a translator in that particular language. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I can talk about at the moment. The family court is the one that's responsible for such cases, and it is not something to joke about. The visiting right of parents and other parents in this country, even the grandparents equally have a visiting right to see their grandchildren. So you can equally ask for it if you are a grandfather or a grandmother. So you equally have the right. So keep on, subscribe my YouTube channel. If you subscribe, you will always get new information from me. And as I said, if you want more details, go to my YouTube profile, contact me. I will take it up from there. Have a nice day, ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye.